Now, these are my trousers. These are, I believe these are either a captain or major's trousers. Now, I believe the way how the stripes down the side worked was that red denoted artillery, yellow cavalry, white infantry, and then it would be, however thick it is, would be the higher rank up you were. So NCOs and privates, I believe, would have nothing. Then second lieutenants would have a really thin one. Lieutenants would have a slightly larger one. Captains a larger one. Major an even larger one, etc., etc. However higher up you go. These, I think, could be either original First World War or Victorian. I'm not sure on that, but anyway, because they've got, it says all wool made, and then it would say in England, but it doesn't. On the other pocket though, it does say that. And they're attached. They got a pair of braces attached, or suspenders as some people call them. And so they just go over your shoulders and help keep your trousers up. You would sometimes get a pair of white braces, though, if you wanted to. It all really varied on the officer, because most officers purchase their uniform privately. I got two pairs for a bargain price of 50p, which I think is quite good. This pair doesn't fit me, so that's why it doesn't have braces on. This pair does, so I put braces on it. I'll turn these over so you can have a look at the other side. So it's there. It says here made in if you have a look here, ENG, and it probably would continue on saying England. They got quite nice insides, silk I believe, here, and linen here, which makes me sure they're probably officers. So here's the insides of these trousers. So yeah, that's basically it there. The braces were attached by two buttons on the inside of the waistline, and then they'd be done up by buttons, not zips, and hooks up like that, and there's the trousers. So this is the tunic. It's an artillery tunic, but I know it's got the infantry piping around the shoulder, the epaulets. So yeah, it's got King's Crown buttons, with the Royal Artillery's cannon on it. I know they need to be polished. And up here it's got the bomb about to explode with the Ubik, which is the I believe it's the artillery's motto, and the three captains' pips on the shoulders. For most First World War officers' uniforms, you'll find that the ranks were not on the epaulets; they were actually on the sleeves here. But for this type of uniform, you wouldn't do that. And here I got a lanyard. This is, I believe, representing in the olden days, like olden days, when they had actual cannons. You'd have a lanyard and you'd pull that, and then that'd fire the cannon. And I think that's what it was meant to represent. Yeah. By the old days, I mean the days of 1812. So yeah, it's got two hooks here to make it so it goes up all the way around your neck. It's got some things to attach a collar onto, I believe. and here's buttons. And here I've got a watch chain, which is for a GSTP or General Service Timepiece, which an officer would need if they were going to be on a battery. And yeah, it's got a special luminous face, which means that it would glow in the dark. So yeah, it doesn't work now though. If you look, it doesn't glow in the dark. But when it was first made, it would glow in the dark, and so that means you could pull it out. Right, see it? This is Second World War, but it's virtually the same as the First World War one. So it's GSTP, and it's got the border arrow there. This tunic I got with the trousers. It was £1. No, it was 50p. This was £1 for the whole lot, which I think is pretty good. I'll now show you the. Oh, it had. Before I show you that, it has 4 pockets. And now I'll go and show you the inside of it. Inside, it's got a lovely silk lining, and silk lining for the sleeves as well. This tunic's quite moth-eaten, and it's incredibly small. I've only worn it once. It was quite tight across the chest, and that was last year sometime. So it probably doesn't fit me now, but it's still very nice. That's one of the reasons why I think it could be First World War or older, because they were quite small in build back then. For example, because of the living conditions that they had back then. For example, the soldiers that they found dead at the General Custer's Last Stand massacre, they were 18, 20-year-olds with arthritis, for example. So, and only the people who would be living in the country would actually be proper built men, grown men. And so, as we as humans are having better lifestyles, we're growing bigger and taller, so we're all turning into the people from the countryside. And quite a lot of people used to live in the towns back then, so that's why this would probably been so small, is what I'm guessing. And it's sadly slightly moth-eaten. So I'll show you the back now. So here's the back. It's got 2 loops for a belt, which you could have attached if you wanted to, or you could just be wearing a Sam Browne. So here's the belt. It came in the pocket of the jacket, and I don't think the guy who sold it to me noticed, so I got a freebie. This would be worn, like I said, round the waist, and it's got a little thing here for the excess belt that comes through here in case it's too wide, but I have only just managed to get it to the first one around my waist because it's that small, so I don't think I'm really going to be needing that. So you could either wear that around your waist, or you could be wearing a Sam Browne, which I prefer to this. So I'm now going to move on to the contents of the pockets after I show you the hat. So here's my Royal Artillery's cap. It's got the red for artillery, like I said. It's got the Royal Artillery's badge with the UBIC, which is the Royal Artillery's motto. So yeah, that's got the King's Crown as well, not Wheat Pro. The cap, I believe it's could be either Second World War or just beforehand, but it's still quite nice. I need to remold it because it doesn't really fit, because it's been on top of my wardrobe for ages, so the back's started to go like that. So I'm going to remold it. And this should have a chin strap too, which goes around here, but I haven't got one yet. Well, I do have one, but I can't find it. So that's the uniform. Moving on to the contents of the pockets after I've shown you the Sam Browne.